Hello, this is Wayne Watkins from the Cyber Education Center, and let's dive into the next lecture. We're going to talk about headings and paragraphs. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is make sure we have the basic structure. You can see we do have the basic structure. We are going to, however, change the title, and I'm just going to call it headers. Within the body, we're going to create headers. There are 6 levels of headers. There's the H1 header, and we'll see how that works as we move forward. Each header has a different font weight and size, and we'll demonstrate later what that looks like. We have the H1, the H2, we have the H3 header, and notice that brackets gives me the beginning tag and the ending tag. In some browsers you don't get that, but most browsers you will, but sometimes you don't get that. But always remember, again, there's a beginning tag and an ending tag. H4, and then we're looking at let's go tab over this for format reasons. H5, we have H6, and again, those are the different heading types that we have. In here, we're going to, just for demonstration, let's enter inside the tags the information or the wording that we want to display. So in here, we're going to say heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and once we're finished, you'll see the differences between the headers and sizes. Most cases you're going to use these in order, but you don't have to use these in order. Whatever weight or whatever heading size you want in your website is up to you. So we have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, and heading 6. Let's execute it, see what unlocks this, and see what it looks like. Okay, you notice that we have heading 1, see the size there, and how it gets smaller, and the font weight gets a little bit lighter and lighter. So that gives you an example of what heading 1 through heading 6 looks like. As we return back to, let's go back to our we're going back here. Let's talk about paragraphs. We've introduced you into paragraphs some in the last lecture, so I'm going to create a paragraph. But first, since we've talked about headers, let's put a header here, an H1 header here, and I'm going to call it the Watkins Report. I'm also going to introduce you to I want a line between my paragraph and my heading and my paragraph. BR is a tag that gives me one line between my title and my paragraph. So this gives me one line actually. If I wanted to have 2 lines, you do BR. BR gives you 2 spaces, gives me spaces. So in order to format this, I want to create a paragraph. Notice again, I have my beginning tag and I have an ending tag. And let's just say this is An important report. This report was produced and written by G. Wayne Watkins. And you have all this in between the beginning and ending tag. Let's see what it looks like. There you go. I have two spaces in between the Watkins report. This is an important report. This report was produced by and written by G. Wayne Watkins. That gives you an idea of what the title, the heading and paragraph looks like. And we're going to go much, much faster in subsequent lectures. But I want to make sure that we take our time for you to understand each of these tags. These tags are tags that you will be seeing throughout the lecture and throughout your coding life. That's it for this lecture. We'll see you at the next one. Thank you.